I've now done over 100 videos on competitive GSC. It appears I need to go outside. If I had to describe GSC Underyear Sandslash in one word, it would be clunky. Sandslash has Stab Earthquake, base 100 attack, and access to Swords Dance. Sandslash has major offensive potential, but you don't see it much because of how difficult it is to fit on teams. Sandslash requires a lot of support, and using it introduces weaknesses to the tier's water types. Consistently breaking through the likes of Blastoise and Gyarados is a real challenge for Sandslash. Sandslash is also far from fast, meaning several Pokemon can revenge kill it. Sandslash is far from a Pokemon you can just plop on a team. You really have to build around this one. You're usually better off using Scyther or Pinsir for Swords Dance sweepers, so Sandslash is a rare sight in today's metagame. If you build the right team though, Sandslash can still be a threat. Let's analyze the mouse Pokemon. Sandslash has a lot of valuable traits for an offensive Pokemon. Its attack is great by GSC standards. Sandslash's attack is the same as Piloswine's, so its earthquakes are equally powerful. Speaking of earthquake, ground is a fantastic attacking type in this tier. It hits common Pokemon like Nidoqueen, Haunter, Electabuzz, Omastar, and Lantern for super effective damage. Sandslash pairs Earthquake with Rock Slide, targeting ground immune flying types like Scyther, Gyarados, and Dodrio. Rock Slide also hits Pinsir. There is no Pokemon who resists the combination of Earthquake and Rock Slide. There's barely anything that wants to take a hit from Sandslash after a Swords Dance. After a Swords Dance, Sandslash is capable of 2-KOing almost the entire tier, including bulky threats like Slowbro. The only Pokemon that Sandslash fails to 2-KO are Blossom and Gligar, both of whom aren't top metagame threats. Common Pokemon like Nidoqueen are O-code after Swords Dance, and all the bulky waters get 2-KO'd. While Sandslash does have a lower attack stat than Victreebel and Kabutops, it hits harder due to Earthquake's high base power. Sandslash's raw strength actually make it a decent stall breaker. If you manage to paralyze Blastoise, the only thing in Sandslash's way is Crobat, who loses because of Substitute. Crobat's wing attack doesn't break Sandslash's Substitute, and Substitute blocks Toxic. Rock Slide chunks Crobat in return. Substitute has use beyond breaking stall. It can be used to fish for poor Sleep Talks on Pokemon like Hypno and Slowbro. If they pull Rest from Sleep Talk as you set up Substitute, you now get a free turn to set up Swords Dance. Substitute also helps against players who deal with Sandslash by pivoting around it. If Sandslash is paired with Paralysis support, Substitute can be used to fish for full Paralysis. Sandslash actually has a great defense stat, letting it take unboosted hits on Pokemon like Granbull in a pinch. Sandslash is a decent answer to Scyther. It can tank a boosted attack and retaliate with a 4 times effective Rock Slide. It's not a perfect answer, but I mean, it's fucking Scyther, it's broken as hell. Sandslash is also electric immune, so it can pivot into electric moves on Pokemon like Nidoqueen and Haunter. If Ampharos chooses to run Fire Punch and not Hidden Power Water, Sandslash is great at punishing it. Sandslash is also good at punishing Fire Punch Electabuzz. As for teammates, Blossom is commonly seen alongside Sandslash, as it walls Blastoise and Slowbro. Blossom is capable of spreading paralysis for Sandslash. In return, Sandslash can check Scyther, who is capable of punishing Blossom. Thunderwave Hypno can spread paralysis, and be a decent switch into water types and special attackers. Blastoise is another useful partner, as it can switch into Piloswine and support Sandslash with Rapid Spin. Gyarados is similarly useful for its ability to switch into Piloswine. Pairing Sandslash and Gyarados really secures you against Scyther. Rapid Spin Sandslash may seem like an enticing option, but it's really bad. Rapid Spin is incompatible with Sword Dance, which neuters this set's offensive potential. Blastoise is superior at using Rapid Spin anyway, due to its higher speed and special defense. Graveler is arguably better too, given it has a normal resistance and explosion. Despite Sandslash's offensive potential though, it's never been at the top of the metagame. Sandslash used to be semi-popular in GC underused, but it's gone down in usage as time has gone on. Let's look at its usage in UPL since 2018. It was used 5 times in 2018, 4 times in 2019, once in 2020, 0 times in 2021, once in 2022, and twice in 2023. It's evolved into one of those niche offensive Pokemon that gets used once or twice in every tournament. It's like Kabutops and Kadabra in that regard. Sandslash may have immense potential, but it's got flaws that seriously damage its viability. Sandslash hasn't been seen much because it's a nightmare to fit on a team. In GCUU, you almost always want to use one of Nidoqueen or Piloswine on most teams. They are both fantastic Pokemon who provide a valuable electric immunity. Running Sandslash as your sole ground type is risky due to its lower special defense and inability to fit rest. If you pair Sandslash with another ground type, you have serious issues with Gyarados, Slowbro, Piloswine, and Feraligatr. Sandslash really wants paralysis support too, so that's another thing you have to pair it with. If you run Sandslash with one of the grounds, you become weaker to top threats, and if you don't run one of them, you sacrifice using amazing Pokemon and have a specially frailer ground type. I think the only viable Sandslash teams are the ones with Blossom, Magneton, and Sandslash, but they have their own issues. Sandslash isn't that reliable in game either. If you don't manage to paralyze Gyarados, Feraligatr, or Blastoise, they will easily beat you. Sandslash is very poor into Lantern Pilot teams, given they run Blastoise and one of Gligar or Jumpluff. Jumpluff and Blossom are consistent answers to Sandslash, and Gligar completely dominates it. Sandslash isn't very fast, being outsped by common Pokemon like Nidoqueen, Blastoise, Gyarados, Quillfish, Lantern, and Mr. Mime. Sandslash also has poor special defense, being pressured by the likes of Hypno, Mr. Mime, Gyarados, and Haunter. Sandslash wants to be healthy in order to tank a water-type attack, but that's not easy considering it takes spikes, has poor special defense, and can't fit rest. As with other niche short stance sweepers, Sandslash is outclassed by Scyther and Pinsir. Both are far more consistent and easy to fit on teams. Their higher speed and lack of water weaknesses, among other traits, let them fit onto more teams and make more progress. Sandslash is very annoying to fit on a team and has issues with water types, its poor speed, and poor special defense. You can make Sandslash work, but it's a real challenge.